Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a puzzle that has been on my radar for a long time. We've had so many recommendations to try this one. It's called A Crossroads, and it's by Sotehr, and I think this might be a debut on the channel, at least for me solving a Sotehr puzzle. I think Mark might have done one before, but this is meant to be lovely. It's one of these deconstruction puzzles which are normally 11 by 11. Actually, I should have checked. Yeah, it looks 11 by 11. So we're going to have to locate in this grid the 9 3 by 3 regions. And let me just show you why I'm excited to try this. I snipped the comments on Logic Masters Germany just now, and they are absolutely stellar. It's got 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so it's probably not a total walk in the park, but it is meant to be absolutely brilliant. Oh, there's Calvin Ball commenting. Calvin Ball was 50% responsible for yesterday's wonderful puzzle that we did on the channel. Anyway, this is what we're going to have a look at. I will read the rules in a moment or two's time, and we'll tackle the puzzle together. Now, let me just quick look at my list of things to mention before we kick off today. Oh, exciting news in the attic of Simon. I have a new keyboard. I know it means nothing to you guys, but especially when I've been doing the crossword video, and when I press the E, I get about 6 E's or no E's. It's been a trial, but my new keyboard has arrived. It makes actually, look, if I just click on the grid, maybe you can hear. Can you hear? It makes a slightly different clicky sound now, but I quite like it. And the E key works, which is absolutely splendid. Anyway, it's neither here nor there, but I just thought I'd share that with you. And some of you I know will spot that there's a different keyboard sound, and that is why. My old Zowie is now looking a bit forlorn on the floor. I bought my Zowie keyboard because of the pro gamer from South Korea called Flash, who is an absolute expert at Brood War. Some of you, this may be ringing bells for some of you, and I thought, oh well, my StarCraft 2 will inevitably be better if I bought a Zowie keyboard, but it's finally given up the ghost, and yeah, well, it's given good service. It's probably done about 15 years, I think. So yeah. Anyway, I've now got a different keyboard. Now, what else can I tell you about? Oh well, we've drawn the winner. I didn't draw the winner. Actually, Mark drew the winner of the competition for the month of May. Here it is. We've got this is Blobs' Oil and Water Sudoku hunt over on Patreon. I haven't refreshed this for a couple of days, so I don't know if it's refreshed itself, but where were we? 1024. Let's just quickly reload and see if it did go up. 1082. Mark picked the winner. When did the email arrive from him? I think it arrived late last night. So I reckon if you only sent in the answer yesterday or the day before, you probably were in the hat to win. It's incredible, isn't it? 2,000 people, or Maverick's flying over, 2,000 people finished at least one puzzle, and 1,000 people finished all of it. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, the winner is Sophie Copplestone. So Sophie, I hope you're watching this video. I will email you this afternoon and invite you to make a Sudoku video with me, and hopefully it might appear on the channel in due course. So well done to Sophie. That's a 1 in 1,000 shot that you've come up there, and yeah, many congratulations. I hope if you don't want to do it, then gaming keys will be your prize. But if you do, we shall try and schedule that in the coming days and weeks. What else? Oh, we've scheduled a new blueprint. No. That is some very unpleasant looking insect. We've scheduled another blueprints stream, this for Thursday evening at 10 p.m. UK time. We'd love to have your company for that. It's our fourth visit to the Blueprints mansion, and we're doing that stream actually as part of the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase on Steam, which I don't think it makes any difference to anybody watching, but I think it does mean that Steam will we'll have it running over there somehow as well. Anyway, just to mention that. Now, what else? Birthdays. I've got 2 birthdays to do today. We'll start off with John. John, over there in Nashville, Tennessee, a place I'd love to go but have never been. John, you've turned 61 today. And I know this because your daughter Juliet wrote in and said that you might like a shout out. I gather that your passion for cracking the cryptic is only surpassed by your passion for orchids. And you have several hundred orchids. That's a lot of orchids. Fantastic. Anyway, John, many, many happy returns. I hope you have a great birthday today. And I hope that you get some very, very good chocolate cake. Now, actually, my other birthday is also over there in the States, in North Carolina. Raleigh in North Carolina. Sandra, it's your birthday. And I know this because your co-worker / friend Anthony wrote in. Anthony may be better known as Hercules, apparently. And I gather that you are the self-proclaimed queen. But I don't know of what. But Sandra, I mean, you have turned a propitious age today, a secret age, so I won't reveal your age. But those of you who've been watching the channel for a while may now know Sandra's age. And this is, of course, it is an amazing thing to turn the secret age in this year, 2025, because 2025 is the Sudoku secret squared. So Sandra, many, many happy returns. I hope you have a brilliant birthday, and I hope you get some heavily iced chocolate cake. Now, let's have a look at Sotehr's puzzle, Across Roads. And I will read you the rules. We have got deconstruction Sudoku. Oh, my keyboard feels a bit different. Deconstruction Sudoku. There exist 9 non-overlapping 3x3 square regions which must be located. Each region contains the digits 1 to 9 once each, such that no digit repeats in any row or column. Cells outside these regions do not contain digits, but have a value of 0. So we're going to sort of populate this grid with 3x3 regions. So they might look something like this. They don't have to sort of bound each other. In the 11x11 grid, you can sort of move them all over the place. You know, something like this might be possible. I might already have messed it up, but that's possible. And then what we're being told is that, for example, those 3 squares there are obviously not in a region, these red ones. So they all have a value of 0. Now, somebody or a couple of people yesterday were watching yesterday's video, and they said they didn't understand the difference between digits and values. I apologise if I haven't made that clear in the past, but obviously if I fill this cell with a digit, a 2 for example, in this puzzle that has the value of 2 as well. It's only going to be, I think, in this puzzle that cells outside 3x3 boxes have values that differ. But sometimes we might have, we don't have it in this puzzle, but just to try and explain the difference, sometimes you have rule sets that say one cell in every 3x3 box is doubled and has double its value. Well, all that means is that for the purposes of any maths that we have to do, this 2 would have the value of 4, for example. So values and digits might be different things if the instructions to the puzzle say that they're different. But in this puzzle, I think everything in a 3x3 box just has the value of its digit, and everything not in a 3x3 box has a value of 0. I think that is as clearly as I can state it. Now, what else have we got? We've got German whisper lines. So values along a green line differ by at least 5. So if this cell here was a 1, this cell here would be at least a 6, because the value oh, I see. So that is going to affect okay. So I mean, that's true because these have to be at least 5 apart. But in this little congregation of digits, all of those would have the value 0 because they're not in 3x3 boxes. So those two would have to differ in value by at least 5. is what we're being told by the instructions. Now, what else? Palindrome line. Cells an equal distance from the centre of a silver line have equal values. So those two cells have to have the same value. So if that was a 2, that would also be a 2. And they are, I think, all the rules. Let me get rid of all the accoutrement that I have added to the grid. There we go. Do have a go at the puzzle. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now the first thing I'm going to do, actually, because it looks a little bit barren, is I am going to draw around the grid a border. Forgive me for doing this, but it's a peccadillo that I indulge in. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share a secret, not the secret of Sudoku, but the secret of deconstructions. And so-called deconstructions are these puzzles that are 11 by 11, where you have to put 9 3 by 3 regions into the puzzle. I'm going to highlight some cells, and then we're going to talk about them. Oh, my phone is buzzing. That's fine. So let's just highlight those cells there. Now, when I first came across this deconstruction rule, how was it someone described my description of the logic I'm about to explain? Hand wavy, I think was the polite way, the euphemistic way it was described. I hope I'll do better this time. I'm going to apply something called the pigeonhole principle. So I've highlighted 9 cells in the grid, and we know we have to put 9 3 by 3 regions into the grid, non-overlapping 3 by 3 regions. So the first question I'd like to invite you to do is to put a 3 by 3 region somewhere in this grid, and note that wherever such 3 by 3 region that you decided to place was, it would overlap with exactly one of these purple cells. There is simply no way to place a 3 by 3 grid into this diagram without overlapping one of these purple cells. It's impossible. Even if you try and hide it right in the corner, it'll still find one. And it's impossible to overlap 2 cells with one 3 by 3 box because they don't quite reach far enough. So every time we place a 3 by 3 box in this diagram, because they can't overlap, we are going to overlap each 3 by 3 box with exactly one of these purple cells, and therefore we know ab initio that each one of these purple cells is definitely not a 0 value. Each one of these purple cells is a cell that is covered by a 3 by 3 box in this puzzle. And that may seem a very trivial deduction, but it's quite an important thing to know, because when you're faced with these deconstruction puzzles, it can be very daunting to find out anything about where the 3 by 3s go. But we know for sure that these purple cells are definitely in the 3 by 3 boxes, and we know each one of these is in a different 3 by 3 box. Now, having said that, what's that telling us? Hang on. What are the other rules of this puzzle? How are we actually going to do it? Well, okay. Maybe what we have to do is nothing to do with this then. Because there are some things I can see straight away that are going to be problematic. This cell can't be in a 3 by 3 box. And the reason for that is this palindrome line. If that was in a 3 by 3 box, the 3 by 3 box would obviously have to take this cell as well, because it's a 3 by 3, and you can't hide a 3 by 3 in that top 2 by 2. So these two cells are now in the puzzle, yet by the palindrome rules they have the same value. So that's going to necessitate a repeated digit in row 1. So this is impossible, and that cell is not in the puzzle. And therefore that cell's not in the puzzle, because if that was in the puzzle and had a value of 9, that should have a value of 9 and can't. So both of those are out. That's out because we can't hide a 3 by 3 box in the corner. And okay, and now the 3x3 box that this cell belongs to is going to have to take this cell, isn't it? Because if imagine it didn't, we'd have to fit the 3x3 box somehow above it, and there just isn't the space anymore. So, oh, right. This is nice. So that has to move down. But now this one also has to move down by that logic, and so does this one. So all of a sudden we know a lot more. We can sort of extrapolate from our early 3x3, or this sort of our early logic, and extend it a little bit further. Oh, yeah, lovely. Right. And now this cell, which is on a palindrome, is a real digit in the puzzle. So its equivalent on the palindrome must have the same value. So that's got to be a cell in the puzzle, which is part of a 3x3. So that 3x3 comes down here. Now, this 3x3 that this is a party to must extend this way because of this sort of corner. And now the thing I'm seeing here is that this, whatever this is party to, has been sort of pushed sideways that way, hasn't it? Okay, I might be stuck now. I'm not sure. No. I really like this so far. It's very unusual. But now this palindrome, which is the equivalent of that, I think, that's in the puzzle, so that is in the puzzle. And this is presumably part of this 3x... Oh no, that's wrong. What I was about to say was wrong. This could actually be part of that 3x3, couldn't it? So I can't join that to that. I don't know that. Okay. So what on earth do we do next? Oh, this one is on a palindrome. So that one is in the puzzle. Oh dear, I've got a feeling I'm getting stuck now. We got off to a really nice start, didn't we? And actually, I can totally understand why this puzzle's getting plaudits, because when you start a puzzle and it feels, you feel you're doing, or the solve is making you feel good, that is a nice sign. Right, okay, the top left of the grid isn't in the puzzle, because that would be a 3x3, and then these two cells on this palindrome would have the same value, so that's not in. And now this can't be in, because that would be a 3x3, but that would imply this has a positive value, and so that should have a positive value, and that couldn't be in a 3x3 box if that was. So this is not in, and by the same token, I suppose that is not in. Now that must have some effect on this. What is that effect? Does that mean something like this is... Oh no, it doesn't actually. I was wondering whether knocking these out meant this was in the puzzle, but it's actually... I can see I could do it like that. Oh dear. Alright, so that's not how to do it. So if this was in the puzzle, then that would be in the puzzle. That's possible though, isn't it, actually? Oh, and if... Oh, right, I see. Okay, this one is not in the puzzle. This is really nice logic. It's very straightforward once you see it, but I didn't see it until just now. If that was in the puzzle, then its equivalent on the palindrome is in the puzzle. So these two would be in the puzzle, and they would be, by palindrome logic, the same digit in the same column. So that can't be right, can it? So both of these are not in the puzzle, and that's beautiful, because now this region is placed. It's got to be there. This is not in the puzzle. This region has to go fully sideways. Let's let's draw a boundary around this one. I always enjoy doing that once we can. Oh, look, yeah, these two cells can't be in the puzzle because they can't be part of a 3 by 3. And now this does get pushed down. So it gets pushed down there, that gets pushed down there, that gets pushed down there. Actually, it gets pushed sideways too, doesn't it? Because whatever 3 by 3 this is a party to, those two must be in it. Oh, bobbins! That must do something else. Oh, we can. Okay, we can play that game because this palindrome here is the same shape as this palindrome. It's sort of a Harry Potter scar, isn't it? We can do the same with those two cells. They can't be in the puzzle, otherwise that would cause a repeated digit, and that means this one gets pushed over there. This one gets pushed over here. This one gets... Oh, look, this cell is now totally bounded on both sides. So that is a region. Yeah, that's awkward though. That sort of Z pentomino sitting in the middle of the grid. We still don't know that that's part of this. Because imagine that this was a region. I mean, that looks okay, and that would be part of a different region. It could join up there or join up like that. Okay, oh no. Oh, bobbins, I don't know then. Hang on. This cell is not in the puzzle. Oh, okay, that's funny. That's very funny. Right, that's important because that cell we now know is not in the puzzle, but it's on a green line. So what's its value? 0. That's what we're told. It has a value of 0. So what would happen if this was not purple? It would be a black digit. It would have a value of 0. And two consecutive digits on the green line would differ in value by 0 because they would both be 0, and they're meant to differ in value by 5, so they wouldn't, and that would break the rules. So this is purple, and once that's purple, all of those are purple, and I get another region hidden in the bottom corner. Look, surely I can just keep doing this. I think that's a crucial thought. Any time. Yeah. Imagine this doesn't go down here. Then both of these are black and both are valued at 0, and they would be consecutive on the green line. So this must come down. Oh, this is gorgeous. It's it's really unusual, actually. Now, that cell, it can't be part of a 3 by 3. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. I'm so sorry. It just looked like it couldn't be, but it can be, look, like that. And then this one could be like that. Okay, I've got to be careful here. I could easily make a Horlicks. Right, so if this cell was not in the puzzle, that cell would not be in the puzzle, and they would be consecutive zeros. So that is in the puzzle, which means that's in the puzzle. No, I was about to say if that wasn't in the puzzle I'd get the same problem, but that's not true because it could look like that. Yeah, okay, if this cell does not go down, then this is not in the puzzle and that is not in the puzzle, and those would be consecutive zeros, so it does go down. Well, now this can't be in the puzzle, because that would be a region, and this wouldn't be part of a region at all. So that is not in the puzzle. And now that one has to be in the puzzle. And presumably, yeah, this is all part of the same region. That is something that does look clear to me. Oh, I see. Actually, when we extended this down, That then precluded that being a region, didn't it? So this is part of this region. Yeah. So this said pentomino is all the same region. And we can start to... Well, as it's all the same region, it must be that shape. Sorry, that was obvious once I deigned to think about it properly. Oh, okay, no, that's all right. So this is not in a region. None of those are in a region. So this has the value of 0. So this is quite interesting on the green lines, look. Both of those are at least 5. Because they have to have a value at least 5 different from this cell, which is a 0. And therefore, I'm actually going to... Well, hang on, what's going on with polarity? Normally, no, okay, hang on. Right, so the secrets of green lines, let's just quickly meditate on those. That is weird, right, that is weird. So the rules of the puzzle permit... Yeah, that could actually be a 5. There's a motorbike outside, not a Maverick this time. That could be a 5, couldn't it? No, normally, on a green line, you say 5 can't go on it. Because if you put 5 on a green line, the next digit has to be at least 5 different from 5 by the rules. And if we go upwards, 10 or higher are not Sudoku numbers. And if you go downwards, 0 and lower are not Sudoku numbers. So normally 5 can't go on a line. But where you have what is in effect a one-cell line, isn't it? That just has to be 5 different from 0. That could be a 5. This one can't be, because it's going to fail once it tries to find another, you know, if that was a 5, what would you make this? It wouldn't work. Okay, but so far as this cell's concerned, let's just give this a moment's thought. You can see that it's not now possible for this cell to be a 6, 7, 8 or a 9, because these won't be 5 apart. So this must be low. This must be low. This must be low. This must be high. Now, what does that mean? Is that that's the middle of the palindrome, so I can't do any palindrome tricks with that. Those two cells are definitely not in the puzzle. So this one, look at that one. You see, that's a high digit, but it could be a 5, I think. Yes, if that was in the puzzle, that would be in the puzzle, which would be a nice thing to know, wouldn't it? You can almost say... Actually, maybe you can say it. What would happen if this was a black cell? I think we're going to get into trouble in this column. I could be wrong, but here's my thinking there. If this is a black cell, this is a purple cell. But look what happens along the whispers in this column. This is a digit that's from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a digit that's from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to be sufficiently different from the 0 value in the black cell. And by the alternation of polarity, this is a digit from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in the column, I've got 6 digits that are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one of the digits must repeat, and that's no good in Sudoku. So I think what we have to do is make that purple, and once that's purple, that's how it finishes. So all of those become black, and this digit, is this going to break? No, this is better. This is okay. It's not so bad. Because this is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Well, it's not 5 though, is it? Because although it could be 5 from this one's perspective, because it's got a neighbour in this box, it's got to be a 6, 7, 8 or 9. So this is 6, 7, 8 or 9. Ah! My new keyboard. That's 6, 7, 8 or 9. That's 6, 7, 8 or 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, I know what that is. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that's a 5. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, we've got loads to do now. We have got loads to do because... Right. In fact, there's other things we can do. I'm seeing that cell's got to be a black digit, hasn't it? But let's look at this. Let's start here. This is the first thing I saw. This digit is definitely neighbouring a 6, and the only digit that 6 can be next to on a German whispers line is a 1, because it's the only Sudoku digit that's at least 5 away. So this is a 1. That was the first thing I saw, but there is more. In fact, this digit has to be low now, because otherwise we haven't got 2, 3 and 4 in this column. The other thing is, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a quadruple in the column, and that digit is a very, very rare creature indeed. That is a 5 on a whisper, and it might be the only time I've ever put 5 on a whisper line. Oh, I wish I could think of a title for the video that wouldn't be viewed as a spoiler, but I could use one of the secrets, one of Sudoku secrets blown apart. Okay, that's 2, 3 or 4. It's not 4. 4 only partners with 9. I can't put 2 9s in this box. So those 2 digits are high, and they are at least 7 to be sufficiently different from 2 at least. And I still have putting digits in. I haven't really done the region division yet. Okay. At some stage I seem to have said that's not in a region. So that's not in a region. So this isn't in a region. This isn't in a region. This region has got pushed down. So this region gets pushed down. This region gets pushed down. We've just located, look, another region over here. Now this cell's not in a region. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, so if this cell wasn't, if that's a black cell, no, it's still illegal. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be an orthogonal connection. If that was a black cell, those are 2 consecutive digits. Values along a green line differ. Yeah, they would be 2 consecutive zeros. That's not going to work. So that's how this bottom right region finishes. And this is great stuff, actually, because every time you get one of these green lines poking outside a box, then you know something about the digit. That's got to be 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 won't work because it has a neighbour. That's got to be 6, 7, 8, 9 for the same reason. That's low though, isn't it? 2, 3 or 4 because there's a 1 already. That's 2, 3 or 4 by the same token. That's 1, 2, 3 or 4. This is 6, 7, 8 or 9. So that's 6, 7, 8 or 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay, yeah, this is good because that's not in a region anymore. So that's not in a region on the other side of its palindrome. That pushes this upwards and into a like cubbyhole there. So that's a region. That's all finished. Oh, have we got 2 consecutive? No, we haven't. I was worried I got 2 consecutive zeros on this green line, but I don't. So we can just fill this in like that. We can say, oh, see, that could be a 5 again. That could be a 5. It has no neighbour within this box. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's in the middle of a palindrome. This... Okay, how do we... Oh, look. If that cell was a black cell, it wouldn't be sufficiently different from 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are in the puzzle. And that's the region division done. That is where, or how, all the purple cells are made up. So probably what we could do now, you know, is get rid of the purple, couldn't we? People would probably prefer that. Oh, goodness, that looks a bit different. And presumably what we now do is we start to populate the green lines. You can't put 4 in the middle of this green line because it would have 9 on both sides of it. This has 3 neighbours. So this can't be it can't be 6 or 7, because 6 or 7 only partner up with the digits 1 and 2. This can't be 6, it's in the middle of a line. This can't be 6. One of these is then a 6. This is 0, so that is 6, 7, 8 or 9. So that is 6, 7, 8 or 9. That's 1, 2, 3 or 4. That's 1, 2, 3 or 4. That could be a 6 because it could have 1 on both sides of its diagonal whisper, look. This is high. Oh, I tell you what we might want to do. Yeah, let's just keep track of these palindrome numbers as well. Those two are the same digit. I was going to say we have to watch out in case that digit could also be there, but it actually can't be, can it? Because by palindrome logic it's going into the same column as itself, so it is legitimate to make those different digits. And that's the middle of the palindrome, so that has no equivalent. Now over here, these two digits are the same. And that's beautiful. That is such a lovely setting. Look at... Oh, actually, I might use blue for those. Because this digit sees yellow and it sees purple. So it is fair to say it's a totally new digit that we haven't coloured yet. Right. That's a 0, so that's at least a 6. That's a 1, 2, 3 or 4. This one, is that the only... No, it's... no, there are 2 whispers in the puzzle that we don't know anything about. Okay. That can't be a 4. 4 can't... 4 again, it would only partner up with 9 on a whisper. So there's a 2, 3 pair in the column. That's a 4, so that's a 9. Oh, I like the clicky sound this new keyboard makes. I really do. This can't be 6 because it would only be next to 2. And 6 and 2 are not 5 apart. There is a knowledge bomb for you. That can't be a 4 because it would be between double 9. So that's a 1, 2, 3 triple in whatever box 2, should we call that? The 6 in this box, or this column, is placed. It's placed here. So this isn't 6. That's a 7, 8 pair. That can't be 4 because 4 only partners 9. Yeah, so I think... oh, look, 9 here means this is 8. So that's 7 at the top. 7 must be next to 2. Right, so that the whole key, actually, was just to work on this column. This is doing so much work. 3 can only be next to 8 and 9, so that's an 8, 9 pair. And this is a 1, 3 pair. These can't include 8. So what? Right, one of those 2 digits is a 9, definitely, because one of these is a 3, and 3 can only be next to 8 or 9, and it's it's already been next to 8 in the row. So one of those is a 9. I don't really have a good way to pencil mark that, but it's true. Now, that can't be a 9 by Sudoku, so that can't be a 4. That can't be a 6. It sees 6 very clearly. That can't be a 6. That can't be a 6. I don't know what to do now. I wonder actually whether it's these sort of yellow digits and purple digits, because that digit by Sudoku is 1, 2, 6 or 7. Yeah, I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 6 or 7. But it gets transposed here where it can't be 1. So it's 2, 6 or 7. It's about as useful as a chocolate teapot, I'm afraid. Okay, let's try the purple one. So the purple one can be 4, 5, 6, 9, I think. Which is that one. So, okay, not 4 then. Because of this. Can we get rid of anything else there? Oh, no. I wondered if it was high digits in this column. Oh goodness, I'm getting stuck now. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, this one's better. I think this one's better. 1, 2, 6 or 7. And I'm getting that from this box. But look at this cell. That can't be 1. Can't be 7 because it's a 7, 8 pair. So it's 2 or 6 only. And if it was 2, this would be a 3, and this would be a 4, and that would be a 9. And that would not be a 9. Yeah, there we go. Look at this row. 7, 8, 9. There's a 7, 8, 9 triple, so everything else is a low digit. These squares are all 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I don't want to do it, but I might have to actually. I mean, it's a lot of information to do that. But, in fact, look here, that really doesn't do very much. Because there's sort of a 2, 3, 4, 5 quadruple in box, let's call this box 8. Gosh, I've suddenly got a bit stuck. I mean, it's not that it's surprising, it's just it's not surprising to be stuck. I'm totally okay with being stuck. Everything so far has been so smooth, and now to be stuck feels like it's probably me being a bit dumb rather than Sotehr increasing the difficulty, for example. I think I've just got to... Oh, it doesn't work. Where's 1 in box 5 was the question I was thinking about. It's in one of 2 places. I mean, there are games you can play with the law of leftovers in these puzzles. So let me just show you one game I'm seeing. If we look at these cells quickly, I'll just make them red for a moment. Obviously, each box is one set of the digits 1 to 9. So, and this column is one set of the digits 1 to 9. There are 9 different red cells in that column, and this column is one set of the digits 1 to 9. So those cells I've just highlighted there, these ones I'm sort of flashing on and off, they are 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9. But we know the red cells overall are 3 sets of the digits 1 to 9. So we actually know something about those cells as a sort of collective. Those cells that I'm flashing on and off are a set of the digits 1 to 9. So this digit, for example, it can't repeat in all of those cells. Now, the same is going to be true here, look, as regards those, and those. They are all different digits. It could be a question like, where does purple go in that extra set of the digits 1 to 9? I don't think it is that, but it could be a question like that. There's a bird that's very upset out there. It sounds like a crow. It sounds like a crow arguing with a magpie. That's what it sounds like. Okay, let's not worry about that. Let's try something else. One of these is high. If that was... See, this doesn't seem to be under any pressure at all. Oh golly, I am actually stuck here. This is bad news. Come on, Simon, use your brain. Oh, I said one of those was a 9. Is that somehow important? Okay, so if this was... Well, that is a German whispers digit. If that was high, it would have to be 6 or 7. And that would actually make this a 2, wouldn't it? Because if that's a 6 or a 7, one of these is a 6 or a 7. So if that is high, that is 2. I mean, that is a 2 rather than it's also high. Not TWO rather than TWO. If you see what I mean. Okay, so if that's high, that's low. And that's quite difficult for that to be high. That would have to be 6 or 9. See, it's quite difficult, but I don't think it's impossible. Okay, the other thing I might well have missed here is a green line poking into a box somewhere and forcing something. So let's check. Have I missed an opportunity to use a green line? Actually, I don't think I have. That's got to be a complete set of the digits. See, if that's a 2. If that... Maybe there's a reason these can't both be high. If that was 6 and that was 7... One of those would... Oh, in fact, if that was 6, that would be 6. Because 6 can't be purple. I don't know, that's not it either. Sorry. Okay, let's keep going with our idea about the laws of leftovers. So that these 3 are the same. Oh, yeah, okay, that's useful. No, it's not very useful, but it's a little bit useful. So what I'm looking at is these 3 boxes. I'm saying they are 3 sets of the digits 1 to 9. That's clearly true. Those are 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9. So these are 1 set of the digits 1 to 9, and that does allow me, look, to get rid of a 9 here. But that, well, actually I could have got rid of that 4 before. It couldn't have been a 4 because that would have double 9 this. So this is 6, 7 or 8. Oh, that's so rotten. I don't know what to do with that. Okay. I don't think we're going to get... Are we going to get more from this? Actually, let's try that. Let's try that here. So we've got that one, that one, that one, haven't we? Now, what do we know about those? The equivalence there is this one, and this one. So 5 can't reappear, but we would have been hard pressed to put 5 in there anyway. Oh, that's really clever. That's really clever. Not of me, I hasten to add. Right, I can use this backwards. Because what we can say here is, because I know that those are a set of the digits 1 to 9, where's the 9 in them? Because it can't be there, and it can't be there because of that 9. So it must be in that little string, and that makes that a 9, and therefore that's an 8. That's great. That is absolutely great, because that's doing the 8 and the 7 here, and now this has to be a 2, and that's great. Oh, this is sick. Why is this sick? Well, because now that is a 6, so I get loads of bang for my buck there. That is not 6, so that's not 6. It's not 7. I don't believe... Oh, that's beautiful setting. It is beautiful setting. It's beautiful magic. That is 3 or 4, so that's not 7. This is 6, so this isn't 6 anymore. This isn't 2 because of this. Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. So now, this 6 and this 6, I do have to put a 6 in that box up there. It has to go here by Sudoku. So those 2 digits are something. 1, 7 I'm going to claim. And I know, actually I know the order. So the middle box gets finished. And now this is a 1 and this is a 3. So that's the 9 that we knew existed up there. Now that 9 is going to knock that out. That's not a 2 anymore. This can't be a 4 because it can't be next to 9 anymore. So this is 1 or 3. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. Come on, Simon. Come on. We were on an absolute roll there for a moment. How long have I had? 53 minutes. That's not too bad, I don't think. Right, we need to put... Well, these are from... Oh, yeah, I see it. Right, these are from 4, 5, 9. You can't put 5 on a whisper that actually has a neighbour. So that's 4 or 9. 4 is definitely in this domino. So 4 is not there. And if that's 4, that would be 9 by whisper logic. And if that's 9, that would be low. And would be 1, actually, I think. Because if this is low, it can't be 2, and it can't be 3 or 4, because this would be 8 or 9. And 8 or 9 have already appeared here. So this... Does that mean one of those is a 9? Yes. They can't be 4 and 1, can they? So one of these is a 9, and that is not a 9. And now... Oh dear. I thought for sure that was going to do something. Hang on. Let's keep thinking about this digit then. Because if that's 1, that's 6 or 7. And if that's 9, it's 4. And... Okay, it's not 6 because of this. So it's 4 or 7. So if it's 4, that's 9, and that's 4. So you get 2 4s into that panoply of digits. But if that's 7, 1, so it would go 7, 1, 9 would be the other alternative. I don't really know which of those I prefer. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which will do the most for me, frankly. Okay, so we have to come up with something new. What? Oh, I see. 9. That's not going to take too long when I've seen that. So that's 8 now. That's not 8. 8 can only be next to 3. Can't be next to 4. 4 and 8 are only 4 apart. So this is a 3. This is a 1. So that's not a 1. So this can't be a 6. Oh, come on, Simon. What does this mean? Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Okay, what about row, whatever row that qualifies as? We haven't put 4, 5, and 9 into it. So let's label it up and hope that Sudoku comes to our rescue. Which, of course, it doesn't. Or at least I don't think it is. Okay, 2 and 3 here. So this is not 2 or 3. That's not 3. So this is 1 or 4. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, this is a 1. So this is now 4 or 5. This has to be all the digits, doesn't it, this column? There are 9 white cells in it. So can we do something with that? Not sure. What about, let's go back to some of these law of leftovers ideas. Let's go back down here. So we know those, and those are the same. Can we do anything clever with that now? Because it just feels like we've managed to get quite a lot done, doesn't it, in the... Yeah. What about this column? That's not 3, is it? So there's a 4-5 pair here. Yeah, where's 9 in this column is a very obvious question. That's a good question. So that's 9, that's 8, that's 3 now. This is no longer 8. So that can't be 3 anymore. This is 6 or 7. This is 4. That's going to be huge because now that's 9 and that's 4. Which means this is not 4. And we haven't put 5, 6 and 7 into this row. This isn't 9 anymore. If those are 4 and 5, these are 2 and 3. This is a 4, 5. Oh, look, that is a 4, 5 pair. So that's not 5. That's not 4 or 5. There's, okay, 1 in this row is definitely in box 7, I'm going to call that. So this isn't a 1. It's really annoying. If that's 3, that could be 9, that could be 8. There might be some technical reason that's impossible, but I don't see what it is. Right, these squares are not 6. Oh. Okay, is there something going on there? Oh, this, okay, there were, yeah, so there's that whisper that we have now used, but there's this whisper I haven't actually managed to do at all. For that to be high, it has to be 7. This would be a 1 or a 2, and this would be high and would be 7, 8, 9. But if this is low, this is low. That looks more likely, frankly. Okay. Okay, so where do we think we look next? There's now, in this extra region, there's now a 2, 3 pair, look. Do we care about that? Not really. There's definitely an 8 in one of those 2 cells. So we've used all our palindromes. I'm just trying to see where the obvious weakness is now. Yeah, okay, where is 3 in column whatever that is? And it's not here, and it's not here, so it is there, and that's really nice, because now that's 3, and that's 2. Okay, I can see that might be doing something to the start of this whisper. Yeah, I mean, maybe that is what we're meant to think about. Yeah, okay, the low digit that's in this domino, and there must be a low digit, is a 1. Because it can't be 2 or 3 by Sudoku. It can't be 4 if it's here by Sudoku, and this can't be a 4 because it would be surrounded by 2 9s. So there is a 1 oh my goodness, what on earth have I pressed there? That's me not knowing the keys. What was that? Can we help you? Go away, digital assistant. That was, I wonder what I pressed there. An F button, I think. Right, okay, so this is a 1 in one of those squares. Now, is that helpful, though? I mean, actually, it might not be. If that's a 1, that has to be 7 or 8. That would be very useful. That would be a 5, then, and this would be a 9. And that would be a 5. Is it okay? It's going to be Sudoku, isn't it? That's what I should be focusing on. I'm not focusing on the simple things. This column needs 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is 4, 6, or 7. That is 4, 5, 6, or 7. But we may be able to do better than that. Or not, as the case may be. Can we do something in that column? No, I don't know actually. 8 is in one of these 2 cells in this column. 9 is not there, is it? So 9 is in one of those 2 cells. And you sort of look across and expect something to happen, but it doesn't seem to want to. There's a 7-9 pair here and here. If that's 2, that's fine. Okay. Alright, should we try, let's try using the extra regions in the verticality then. So that is an extra region, so this can't be a 9. So that's come down to 4 or 5. Does that matter? No, I'm not sure it does. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sort of stumbling towards the finish here. There's nothing to do with both of those being a 0, is there? That makes it... No, I don't think there is. No, I think it doesn't matter. Do we know one of those is a 5? Is that something we could even allege? I don't think it is. Right, come on, find something else. Where is 7 in this box? I think it's got 3 possible positions. Is there a reason this can't be 4, 9? Yes, there is. Yeah, there we go. If this is 4 and this is 9, both of those digits are 5. And that won't work. So that's a 1. I've really... Well, no, that's good. Okay, that is good, because that gets me a 2 here and a 7 here. So that's not 7. That's not 7. Now, well, let's label these up. 1, 4, 5, 6. That's not 4 or 6. That's... oh, no, not 1, apparently. What about... Oh, I see. So this is the 1. And now in this row, we know what these digits are. They are 3, 5, 7. And that digit's not 5. And can it be 3? This would have to be 8, is what it would have to be. 8. If that's 3, that's definitely 8. So this is 8 or 1. And if this is 8, that's 1. And if this is 1, this is 6. It's not 6, actually. It would be 8 again, wouldn't it? Because it couldn't be 9 or 7. So this is a 1-8 pair now. And therefore, that's not an 8. And in this row, this digit is 4 or 6. Can't be 5 because of this 3, 5. Oh, look, if that is 3, 5, 7, that's fixing this as a 9, which feels important, doesn't it? Although not, actually. That's ridiculous. Wow. Okay. So these are 2, 4, 6 over here. Try not to make that page prop up again. Oh no, come on. So how do we deal with this? Ah, I know how to do it. I know, this 2 is... Oh, is that this 2 been there for ages? Oh, sorry, look. I don't know how long it's been there for. I think it's been there for a while. But in this extra region, you can't have another 2. So that's got to be a 3. And that's massive, because that's now 9 and that's 8. Which means this is 8 and this is 1. So that's low and is 3. This is now not 8. So we've now got a 5, 7 pair in the column. This can't be 1. We said one of those was 1. Oh, we know the order. We know everything down here now. So these... What have we not put in this column? 3. That's got to go at the top. Okay. I'm more confident now. I feel that we've just taken a big step forward. I hope I won't be proved wrong. But that's now a 4, 5 pair. That's now a 9. So this is a 7. This is not 7. This is not 7. This square here is 4, 5 or 6. And look now in this extra region. There's a 4, 5, 6 triple. So the digit we haven't placed in it is 7, and that's going to go in the corner down there. Okay, and now, what are we going to do now? Let's try the same in this. So we've got an extra region here, don't we, which has got a 4, 5, 6 triple in it. So where's the 7 in that? It's got to be here. It's comical. And that 7 is beautiful, though, because that's now fixing this as a 5, that is a 7. This is now not 5, so that's a 6, 7 pair. This is a 5. This is not a 5. So in this column we need 4, 6 and 8. I don't believe it. It's okay, I see what we do. Then, oh, do I actually? No, maybe I don't. I thought I could use an extra region to pinpoint this digit, but I might have to be a bit more circumspect about that. What about this box? 1, 2 and 8 to place. So we can put a 1 right in the corner, a 2 here, an 8 here, and that's going to do it, I think. Because now that is an 8, and that is a 6, and that is a 4. So 5, 6, 4. using the extra region, we know that's 5, that's 4. So this is not 5. This is 5. And I really hope this is not broken. I'm not sure, actually. There's 2. That's a 2 now. That 5 is doing work. 5, 4, 6, 4, 6, 7, 4, 6. Maybe correct. I don't know. I'm pretty confident, actually. Yes. That's great. That was it's beautiful. I loved everything about that, but I thought particularly the positioning of the 3x3 boxes and the ideas around using the 0 values to pinpoint the region positions was gorgeous. And the fact that 5's appeared twice on German Whispers at least, maybe again, I'm not sure, was lovely. And I was quite surprised at the end. I had to use sort of extra regions a lot. I probably was missing some Sudoku at that point, and for that you can all tell me off in the comments. But Sotehr, take a bow. That was great. Loved it. And let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And I did enjoy my new keyboard as well, except when I pressed that F button. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.